What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Dr. Leanna. I'm a chiropractor and I'm owner of ChiroFit Gym. So I do chiropractic as well as muscle work, as well as fitness, rehab stuff in the gym out in the clinic. That is why it's named ChiroFit Gym. And so I am a chiropractor. I am very active. I love to work out. So I'm a huge fan of massage guns, and they are super popular on the market right now. So this video is going to be about reviewing the newest massage gun. I received the Muttus M30, so let's get into it right now. So I know what you guys are thinking. Leanna, you just did a review on the Ached Away, claiming it's the best massage gun ever. Now I need to throw it away. No. So just a disclaimer, I did do a review on the Ached Away. I still like it. I still find myself using it pretty much every single day. So I'm not saying that this new gun is far superior and you need to throw this away. But since there are so many massage guns out on the market, like just go on Amazon, search massage guns, and like hundreds of guns will pop up. So it's very hard, even though it's a good thing that there's so much more now, it's hard to like filter through which is a good product and what is not. And honestly, you can't really trust the Amazon reviews. So yeah, I think it is nice to have options, kind of what your price point, price range is, what you need in a massage gun. I know that when I was first looking for a massage gun to purchase for my practice, really there was only the Theragun and the Hypervolt, and I chose the Hypervolt because one, it was cheaper, by far cheaper, and it had the quiet glide technology, which I liked, so that's why I bought it. But now, since there's so many other massage guns on the market that are cheaper and almost better quality, I wish I had more options then. So just as a disclaimer too, I'm not getting money or any type of commission or kickback off of these massage guns. I'm not going to push something that's a bad product. I don't feel good about that, and also I would not feel good about you guys spending your hard-earned cash on something that doesn't even work, because what's the point? I'm not getting any type of kickback, so I just wouldn't do that. So that is just a disclaimer. I still use the Ached Away. I'm not saying it's a piece of crap, but I just want to review something a little different. So let's get into the review of it right now. So this is the Muttus M30 Italian design massage gun. Not sure if that really matters, but I'm basically going to compare how it stands up to the Hypervolt, which I own and I've been using for a while now, and the Ached Away. I have used the Theragun. I don't own it, but I'll touch on it here and there. So let's first touch on what people really care about the most, which is the price point. What I really want to see is the Muttus M30 comes in, I'm looking at it right now on Amazon, and it comes in at $189. And now if you have Amazon Prime, it is free shipping and you get it within like 3 to 4 days. So that is a very, very good deal in my opinion. So $189 for the Muttus M30, and I am very surprised at how great of a gun this actually is. So you have the Theragun, which is the top of the line. The highest one is $600. I know they've made other versions that are cheaper. I haven't used those, so I can't really touch on that. But to me, $600 is very, very expensive for a massage gun. Now, the Hypervolt comes in at $350. Now, like I said, if I had more options back then, I probably would not have bought this because it is not worth the price to me. It's broken down multiple times. I've had to send it in. It isn't worth it to me compared to what I have now. So the Ached Away comes in around $200. So that's like the middle point for it. It is similar to the Muttus M30, but I'm going to go into more details with that. So here we have the design of the Muttus M30, and it is pretty similar to the Hypervolt and the Ached Away design-wise, but I'm telling you right now, it is significantly lighter, which is what I really like most about it. Not like 5 pounds lighter, but you can definitely tell a difference. A lot lighter, which makes it so much easier to use. It's just like light in your hands. It's easier to operate. So as far as the power buttons go, they are located on the side of the gun. You have the power button here. Hold for a couple of seconds to turn off. Hold for a couple seconds to turn on. You have the battery indicator right there. It is green, which means it's fully charged. Once it gets to red, then it needs a little bit of juice. But it has 5 speed settings, so 1, which I hardly ever use, the first setting, 2, 3, 4, 5, the highest, and then what's nice, once you turn it off, it turns off. After using this for about a month, I've noticed something that kind of bugs me, but it's not enough to like persuade me not to buy it. So once you get to the highest setting, usually you should be able to click this and it turns off, but it goes back to setting 1 and it's still vibrating. So in order to completely turn it off, you have to do this, which again is not a big deal, but when I'm working on patients, I'm like in a time slots, so I want to be as efficient as possible. I want to just click it and set it down and get back to work. So that's the only kind of downside. Alright, so let's get into the power and speed of the massage gun. And now, honestly, they're pretty similar across the board. The Hypervolt 8th Way and the Muttus M30 pack enough power, at least for me. I have noticed that with this, I can apply a little bit more downward pressure as opposed to the Hypervolt. Honestly, like I said, it's broken twice because it's not like I was even pressing that hard. But that's another thing. People think that they can just like drive into the muscle, but they're just not meant for that. Like if you want something really deep, either use your elbows or think about getting the Theragun, because these aren't meant to like drive into the muscle. You are going to break it, but you can apply a little bit of downward pressure. So this is comparing Muttus M30 and the Hypervolt side by side. So you can see they're pretty similar, and just feel-wise, it also feels very similar. To be honest, this is like a little bit faster, it feels like. Actually, honestly, this feels a little bit like more power. Yeah, like I said, they're fairly similar, but again, this has not held up in the past, so I'm not a fan of that. And compared to the 8th Way, it's also pretty similar. Side by side, highest setting, fairly similar. This has a little bit of a different head attachment, but you can still get the picture. Again, very similar. So the power in this is definitely there. It holds up well against the other competitors. For the general population, it's more than enough. I've never had a problem with not being able to get deep enough into the muscles. There has been like some bodybuilders I see, again, guys with like thicker muscles. It's a little bit harder with these guys, but you can still get the job done. Alright, so let's talk about the battery life. Now, I haven't had an issue with the Muttus yet. The battery, I believe, lasts like 6 to 8 hours. I would say that the Hypervolt out of all 3 has the lowest battery life. It seems to not last as long. I have not had any issue with this, using it on back-to-back-to-back patients, so that really shouldn't be your concern. The battery life is great. Alright, now let's talk about the carrying case, which is super nice, especially if you're traveling with your massage gun, just to have everything in place. But it comes with the standard manual, the battery charger, the gun unit itself, as well as 6 different head attachments. And now this one has these 2 like aluminum plastic ones, which I don't find myself using much, to be honest. I usually mostly use this soft tip head attachment, but I've really been liking this split fork attachment, especially like along the shoulder and pec. The only complaint I have about this entire gun is the design of the case. It doesn't have a logo on the top of the case, so then if you flip it upside down and you open it that way, all the stuff is going to come falling out. Again, not a huge thing, but that's just something I noticed. So what I did was just put an X on the top so I know, so nothing spills out of the case. But again, that's honestly probably the only downside I have found. So in conclusion, I've really been enjoying using this massage gun, the Muttus M30. It is great. And now the key points to take away why I like this so much is the price point. It's $189 off of Amazon. You get it quickly. It's super light, easy to use. The battery life is great. The power is great. It's just a great overall device. And so ultimately, if I had to choose between these three guns, the Hypervolt, the 8-way, the Muttus M30, and I guess the Theragun as well. The Theragun and the Hypervolt would probably be the last on the list. And between the 8-way and the Muttus M30, I would honestly have to say that this would right now top it for me. Like I said, this works very, very well. I'm very surprised with how well it works. As well as too, I said with the just turn off feature where once you get to the highest setting, it just turns off. The 8-way doesn't do that, so that is why I would go with the Muttus M30 massage percussion gun. I've really been liking this, so if you're looking for a massage gun off of Amazon right now, I would definitely say this would be the one to go for because I personally use it. I know it works well. This is what I'd go for. So if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do so now. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up.